just a customer. But damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job.
You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his. He said, if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shit, mother. Man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer. But damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real, but I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or the host. They do not explicitly nor necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during the program. Basically, if I didn't say it, don't come for me. You come for the person who said it. And please don't sue me for somebody else's words. With that said, let's start the show, motherfucker.
This that squad sound.
Hey, Mark. Yo, yo. I can't hear you, Mark. I don't know if you can hear me. Well, this is a takeover. Puro Su Central taking over Marq Nash's channel. No, I'm just playing. Mark is probably having some technical difficulty. I don't know if anybody's watching can hear me, but yeah, I think Mark is having some technical difficulties.
Check one, check two. Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, man. I was like, "What's up, Puro?" Man, that's crazy. Never had that happen before. Marq Nash with his bootleg head ass. Bro, I'm not at my normal setup right now. I ain't got my soundboard. I don't have my mic hood up. I'm just using nothing but the laptop right here. So yeah, so I'm not in my regular, I'm not in the studio. So I apologize for the technical. I was like, yo, I said I saw my number just drop all the way down. I was like, what happened to everybody? Then finally somebody in chat was like, we can't hear you, bro, if you're there. I was like, nigga, I'm here. So nobody
Rookie.
So nobody heard none of my opening statement.
I didn't hear it.
Oh man. All right, so fuck it. I got my boy Puro in the building. Salute to you, Puro. Thanks for I guess trying to hold it down. That's what you did. Puro just
I was just making a joke. But hey man, it's all good.
You was quiet as me. I was like, talk, nigga. Say something.
I didn't hear you. I saw you, but I didn't see like your circle move or nothing.
Man, it's all good. All right, cool. So far as me doing my opening statement, never void of it. All right, man. Yeah, that's crazy. I never had that happen. Now I was seeing the wave pattern moving right here and everything. So I was shocked y'all couldn't hear me. So I just restarted. Yeah, they said Puro was quiet as fuck too. Yeah.
Because I can hear nobody.
Yeah. It won't. Yeah. We could hear you though. So look, let's jump right into it, man. I got you here. Let's talk about it. Adrien Broner, mental health claims. Simple as I'm just asking you straight up. Do you believe his claims or no?
Of course. No, I believe him.
Okay.
I definitely believe him.
See, because go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, he's been going through a lot of shit for a cool minute. I mean, to me, he shouldn't be fighting, man. He needs to be going get his mind right, But he needs the money, so I understand.
Yeah. Do you feel like fans are keeping the same energy? Because I'm seeing a lot of people are kind of supportive to AB, saying, "Hey, get yourself together," blah blah blah. But when it came to Ryan Garcia, I remember people saying, he's making excuses. I remember seeing Danny crying after the fight. People memed it. They laughed. I seen even with Tio, he had some personal things going on with his family. before the fight.
Sure did.
All people call them excuses. People all say they had excuses.
Man.
What do you think? Are people keeping the same energy or no?
Of course not. Not boxing fans, never.
Speak on it.
Well, well, the thing is, like, when Ryan came out with his mental health, actually got a lot of support. But then, he got caught with some pictures of him being, at the beach with baby mama, whoop-de-whoop. And he's like, he's ducking, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, I mean, boxing fans are boxing fans. They never keep the same energy.
I would say this, man. I feel like I told people all the time on the show, I'm not shy about it. I have a bias in this because I seek mental health treatment. This Wednesday, I got an appointment. You get what I'm saying? I think it's important.
Yeah, you said it multiple times. No, that's facts.
Bro, look, I got a bias, bro. I got a bias. I think mental health is super important. I believe not just mental health when it comes to just staying healthy and being able to talk to somebody. It's completely important when you start dealing with the psychology of what it takes to win at that level. You get what I mean? You got to have concentration, motivation. You have to be you have to have a certain type of self-belief. All of these things are super important when we start talking about what it takes to be successful when it comes to mental health. Like, hey, look, anxiety control, controlling your aggression, the emotion control, visualization. You got to have that imagery. You got to believe. You got to see yourself winning. You got to know how to cope. The preparation, awareness, concentration. All of those things are extremely important when it comes to winning a professional fight. So, but I just feel like some people get the benefit of the doubt. Some people don't. Like my mom always said, I think they don't fuck with you, homie. It ain't nothing you can do, man, if somebody don't rock with you, man. You'll hear a lot of people say that. But what we don't want to do is this happen again. We don't want another McCall situation where the guy just breaking down, crying in the ring, and just walk out the ring. So I'll pass the mic, though. What's up, Q?
What up, Q?
What's good with it, man? How y'all boys doing today, man?
I'm good. Talk to me, man. Doing a quick pop-up on this topic.
Shit, man. I guess it is what it is, man. AB pulled out. Shit. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wanted him to win, but I didn't think he was gonna win the fight. I'm gonna be honest. Shit. Heard he be smoking squares in between sparring rounds and hitting the bag. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't really know. I know AB ain't lying about it. I ain't really giving him no sympathy or nothing like that. I can't say I'm not keeping the same energy because when it came to Ryan, like, shit, I didn't really feel no way about Ryan. Like, shit, I told him I wasn't really tripping off the taco shit. Let him get back off the, you know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to get a boxer's, unless it just come a repetitive thing over some bullshit, but like when it specifically come down to AB and not looking at nobody other situation, just AB and what I see from AB, man, AB do need some help, bro. You know what I mean? Like, AB 1 minute, like, he there, next minute he ain't. He asks for help. Like, and that's one thing people actually can't say. They didn't hear AB asking for help in the public. You know what I mean? There's multiple times you can see AB ask for help in people in different ways. Whether it should have been that person he was asking for, he really needed a doctor, he really needed this or that. Shit, that's not for us to say, but hell yeah, we know shit, there's something wrong with AB, and fuck, man. Bruh, I just don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie, shit.
No, it's all good. It's just a conversation, though. It's just a conversation. What's up, big dog Willie?
What's happening? Hey, Mark, it's cool that you admit that you have mental health issues, because I do too, and it's a big problem in this country, in the world, basically. And a lot of people try to throw it on. Some people do use it as a crutch. Like, some people use it like, oh well, like the gun people. Well, he had mental health issues, and that's why he shot 500 people. They use that to make excuses for certain people But in terms of AB, he does have issues, and I mean you can see throughout his whole career that he's not focused, and sometimes when he fights, he's not focused, and that's a mental health thing. That's a mental you don't. It just seemed like he was good, and then he just fell off, and that had to do with I think it's just I don't know, man, but yeah, I believe him.
That's how it works, though. That's how mental health works. You have good days, you have bad days. Some days it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and then some days it's like, hey, nothing can stop me. I'm unstoppable today. But that doesn't mean I like to bring up the Ryan thing because I think my boy Piro brought it up earlier. He said people didn't take Ryan's mental health serious because they saw him the next weekend, I guess, shooting jumpers with LeBron James on a beach somewhere, on an exotic spot, like in an island, Saint-Tropez, whatever, right? But I always said it on the show then, I say it now. Any mental health provider worth their damn degree is going to tell you, do things to make you happy. Take a break, take a vacation. And I don't know about y'all, but if I was feeling bad about myself and that this weekend I'm just shooting jumpers with LeBron James in the gym, I think I'm gonna feel a little better about myself if I was Ryan Garcia. If I'm on an exotic island with my beautiful girlfriend, yeah, I'm gonna feel better about myself. So I don't think just because he took a picture while he was on his mental health break, we should just assume Ryan Garcia was faking. And just because we saw Adrien Broner's breakdown, and because let's be clear, what we call mental health sometimes could just be somebody just arrogant, pompous. Just I'm rich and I'm just an asshole now. Smoking squares in between rounds. Sometimes people just don't want to do the job no more, or they're not good at the job. I don't see all the ticket videos coming out. Remember, everybody said Jake Paul he canceled the fight because of his ticket sales with Rockman. He was scared. I think Ty's the first person I seen said in the chat. He was like, ticket sales is the reason why they canceled the fight. At least he's keeping the same energy. Some people ain't keeping the same energy. And I was like, why who are we to say sometimes somebody is faking or not faking? I mean, you guys are entitled to your opinion. It's the internet. And when you just got a damn avatar up, you can say anything in the world anyway, right? It's no repercussion sometimes. But I don't know, man. Look, I see Deuce, my boy Deuce. At least he keeping the same energy. He said, we early day, huh? AB couldn't make the weight. Hope he got his money. He ain't going to get another shot. That's a whole nother conversation. We'll talk about will he get another shot. But I'll pass the mic.
Shit, hey, and I'm with that same shit too. Like, cause still at the end of the day, he ain't get the job done. Like, you know, we really like people mental shit. You know, like me personally, I'm like one of them people that, you know, the public shit public and the private shit private. You know, that's how you should be able to handle it. You know, sometimes when you're a celebrity, you're not always able to handle it like that. But when you put in certain stuff out there, you know what I mean? It give people an insight on what should be private. So at the end of the day, some of the things AB going on with AB, he brought on himself. And, you know, like, he just need to get it handled, you know, not in front of everybody. Get it handled. Shit, you already know he already getting took care of by Al Heyman and all of them. You know, probably not how we want to be, but AB, he ain't he ain't out here broke. He just ain't got the money like how he want to, and that's just when he be disgruntled talking about, you know what I mean, like how he was going off on Espinoza and Al Heyman and all them the other day. You know, because he like a damn child. He like a child to them. You know what I mean? He actually getting took care of. So, man, AB just need to handle it however he need to handle it. If it's mental issues, go get that handled. And man, like the crazy thing, it ain't like AB old, bro. The nigga AB is like 32, 33 or some shit. It's like
took a lot of punches to the head, though.
Nigga said he took a lot of punches to the
head. I ain't have it set up. Hold on.
And his mind's not right either, you know, so.
I ain't got it set up, bro. Let me hang up. Call right back.
Yeah, but a lot like G-Body saying, bro, a lot of people feel bad for AB because, like, even you know, AB did some outlandish and, you know, shit like that, bro. AB did some good ass shit too. AB done did, you know, for people shit. People can come on YouTube, got YouTube channels can tell you that shit. I know Exclusive News Insider, he got AB stories, and people tell AB stories about what AB done did for him. AB bought this kid a pair of shoes, 5 and all this shit like that. So, it's the yin and the yang. Everybody got that,
Yeah, but
Yeah, man.
maybe some of these mental health issues can come from. I'm just guessing. I'm not a professional, and I'm not trying to diagnose or say somebody faking or they legit or not. What I will say is this: when he lost that fight to Marcus Maidana, I've seen everything change with that guy.
Yeah, a lot of people don't take losses good. Losses well.
Actually, before that fight, actually a little bit before that fight, because he was coming to Floyd's fights and he had that white vest on with his gut out, and he was on tour doing some rapper shit.
Yeah, exactly. That tour bus fight. Mark, that nigga hopped off Rick Ross tour bus to go to the Maidana fight.
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. He was Little Ross. So I'm seeing the dude like that, and then I remember Floyd said, "Yo, Adrien should have been at home getting some rest. He was out with us gambling the night before." You know?
Yeah, he did say that. I remember him saying that.
Why he said, I kept telling him, man, go home and get some rest. He was out hanging out with us. So then that happens. Then he goes in there. He's losing the fight. He loses the fight. Then it was just like, sometimes this mental health breakdown can be you're not who you thought you was when you look in the mirror, or maybe you're not that guy anymore. The hunger is not there. The passion is not there. I remember it. Look, time and time again, he's gonna let his hands go. We're gonna get back to the old AB. Get back to the old day. Man, I ain't about to lose to no damn Mikey Garcia. Man, I ain't about to lose to no Pecca. Man, look, I mean, it seemed like it was more focused on the weight. It was like everything was about this weight with this guy for a long time too. Even the fights he won or draws, people thought he lost to JC Vargas, or people thought he might have lost to what's the other kid? Vargas and what's the kid? Damn.
You're talking about Ponce de Leon.
Nope, not him, but possibly him.
I thought he lost to Big. I thought he lost to Vargas.
Or Vargas.
He beat Boalaji's ass.
No, his last fight. Y'all talking about?
Okay.
What's his name? Fuck.
Let me see. I'm gonna tell you when we fight you. Say less. I got his box report up here. Okay, he beat Giovanni Santiago. He beat them.
Yeah, Santiago. Yeah, that's the fight. He did.
But JC Vargas, that was a majority draw. People thought JC Vargas beat him. He got a split decision with Granado. Some people thought Granados had beat him. You get what I mean?
I ain't gonna Vargas shit.
No, let me get my bars out, homie. I ain't saying what you think personally. I'm just saying in general. On my show, when we took the panel, I'm telling you what I saw. In general, though. The last, and I'm getting somewhere. My whole point is his last definitive win, I mean clean win, no debating, was Ashley Theophane in 2016, bro. When he got a TKO stoppage. That's his last stoppage, 2016, and that was Ashley Theophane. That shit can weigh on you, bro. When you look at split decision, loss, majority draw, loss. Okay, you beat Giovanni Santiago.
How old is AB?
32.
What are we talking about here? My guy just some of these fights, man, that shit can weigh on you too. These ain't big fights. All of these ain't no big fights. And when you get into the big fight, he loses.
I mean,
go ahead, Pierre.
I was gonna say the consensus was that he lost against Ponce de Leon too. So that's been I mean, but every fighter gets it. But I would say boxistically, you saw a change when he lost against Maidana, but he's been dealing with all kinds of issues ever since he was a kid. I mean, he kind of grew up like being like documentarized, since he was a little kid.
Yeah. His brother getting killed, his twin brother at that. But that's all depression is, bro. Is anger directed towards yourself. You know what I mean? And because that's why the only person that can help depression is you yourself, because it's just you being mad at yourself or having anger directed, towards you. So Shit, AB just need that some alone time, man. Be around himself.
Adrien Broner's twin brother died?
Yeah, that's why they call him twin. You ain't know he had a twin brother?
Yeah, I know his twin brother dead, though. When did his twin brother die?
I actually didn't know that either.
When did his twin die?
He like when they was kids.
Nah, I seen him as an adult. Yeah, I seen him I seen him as an adult, man. So I know they didn't die when he was kids. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get this call. 469, you on the line. What's up, family?
Call from
Brandon.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's up, B-Dub? Brandon.
Can you hear me, Mark? Salute to the neighborhood. Salute to Marq Nash and everybody on the panel.
Talk to me.
Super.
Here's the thing when it comes to mental health. That's something that you can't gauge. So it's become a catch-all in this culture for everything. When something goes wrong, my mental health. When you want to cancel a concert, my mental health. Because you can't prove that. It's damn near like a back injury a lot of times. You can't necessarily disprove a back injury. You can see with a vertebrae, but you can't tell me my back is not hurting. So when it comes to mental health, I think that's become a catch-all in this culture, and especially in this time and day age, for everything why somebody can't perform or why something didn't happen. Now, I will not sit here and discount that people have mental weaknesses from time to time, because that's what I call it, a mental weakness. When we look at the way society is set up, now, look at it. Think about everybody who this has went through. You can't gauge this. And then not only that, how do you quantify it? What is mental health? When does it, is it severity levels? Is it a one, like the threat level? Do you go to 1 to 5? Is there a red to orange? So what is it that we're talking about? You know what I mean? This is just, I got to focus on my mental health. Just like Ryan Garcia, just like any artist, let's say a concert, let's say a football player, he don't feel like he want to play, I'm having mental health issues today. What does that consist of and what does that mean? That way, everybody can have an understanding of what that entails, but we don't even have people quantify this when they say it. We just let them say it and be like, because we live in a society now where you can't say certain things, where it's damn near taboo to say, wait a minute, what does he mean by his mental health? Well, what's wrong with him? Is he having anxiety? Have you went and seen a psychiatrist? Not necessarily getting into his business like that, but expound more so everybody else can see what mental health is. Right now, it's just a thing where a catch-all. Oh yeah, I don't feel good. My mental health, I'm struggling. So, yeah, I just want to drop that in there because I'm just watching mental health about every single thing that goes wrong in this society. When a man goes in and shoots up people based on what they look like, is that a mental illness? Or is he just a fucked up individual that was bred by a certain segment of society? Which one is it? Because if that's a mental illness, then that means the whole of America or a great segment of this country sick. And if we're a sick country, we need to stop pretending we the land of the free, home of the brave, and we need to be saying we the home of the mental health patients who are fucked up mentally. Because that's what it seems to me. I don't know if you know, but we'll talk about it tonight offline. But salute to everybody. Peace.
I got to reply to you, Brandon Washington, on one thing.
Go ahead.
I hear what you're saying, but to answer your question, because you did ask a couple questions, I want to just tackle a couple of them. You say, is it a level to it? Is it different? Yes, it's definitely different levels to mental health awareness, and it's also different levels to how some people can cope. It's also different levels to whether, and it's not just one thing. It's not just anxiety. It's sometimes it's coping with death. Sometimes it can be, it's just so many levels. You can be born with it. It's not just, and you just can manage it, and then sometimes it pops back up. You have manic moments when you're dealing with people who are bipolar. You have manic moments where everything's good, and you have manic moments where you feel like the world is on you. With schizophrenia, you have some people, some days they just want to work out and they want to be the best looking person in the world, and sometimes you see him look like he had a haircut in 2 months. You know what I mean? It's just so many different dynamics to go into it. But
we need to start treating it like it's mental weakness, and that's something that we need to overcome. But we need to be strong.
That's not but you're not a healthcare professional, and you're not experienced to that. So
that's what I'm asking.
No. Let me finish.
Information being delivered by non-healthcare, like when Adrien Broner can get on. Wait, let me just make this point. When he can get on TV or he can get on his Instagram and say, "I have a mental health issue," but we just watch you have an outburst and threaten about how small your press conference was. So my thing is, which one is
you don't you don't think they can be connected?
This is what I think. I'll tell you what I think. I think that we don't realize that we're allowing society to become weaker by not admitting that we have limitations, that we're weak, and that we need to be making our minds strong. And not sympathizing and empathizing by offering correction and more help and getting to the root of it.
Brandon, I'm sorry, Mark. I had to cut in. You know, me working in the ER. Hello? Yeah, me working in the ER, I see a bunch of motherfucking crazy people come in there, and it's not because of society and all this other stuff. They're just literally nuts. And so,
Brandon, let them say a little bit more, Brandon, because we let you talk nonstop, and now as soon as somebody says something, you jumping right in before he even finished. I didn't even hear what he said. Say that again.
I said I work in the emergency room, and we get patients all the time who have schizophrenia, bipolar, the manic depressive. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain. That is a proven fact. So it's not just people just like, oh well, I'm not strong enough, or I'm not tough enough, or I'm having this issue. It's something that is for real. I don't know what exactly is going on in AB's life or how you feel like that, but you don't know what's going on in his head. And so you can't generalize and just say, well, this guy, he just don't want to fight, or the ticket sales are not going well, or he can't make weight. You don't know that. You don't know at all what's going on in that man's head. And I mean, I really advise you, Brandon, to like go to a book and read stuff on mental health, because it's not what you think it is.
Yeah, and I go ahead, Brandon, and then I'll reply.
The point that he was making points that I never made. I never talked about Adrien Broner's fight, nor his ticket sales, nor his weight.
No, that was something we was talking about earlier in the conversation.
Oh yeah.
No, I was using that as an example where people use that as an example, so that's why I was saying that.
Yeah, it was in the chat.
And as far as books on mental health, where can I read or where can I learn what you learned that it's been proven that it's a chemical imbalance? Because you didn't cite any studies, any books. You just told me to read a book.
Hold on. Okay. I really want you. Yeah, go look it up. Go on the internet and type in schizophrenia, bipolar. Go look that up, please.
Yeah, Brandon.
I can find just as much information to cite that it's a mental weakness that I can't. It's a chemical imbalance. Do you believe that?
How about Brandon?
Okay, all right.
We're trying to at this point we're not even trying to like. Brandon? Let me ask you this: have you ever heard? Is this your first time hearing of a chemical imbalance?
I don't understand what the concept means, chemical imbalance.
No, I'm saying this is your first time hearing of it, sir. Have you ever heard of it before?
I've heard of the theory of chemical imbalance. Yeah, sure.
Okay, theory too. Okay. Just want to make sure. I'm just curious. Okay, well, what I want to say to what you said, Brandon, is this. I get it. It's easy to say somebody they mentally weak, right? But you don't get to where he's at in life if you was a mentally weak person. You don't become a 4-time champion. You don't become a champion once at all. You don't. Sometimes things can change in your life. Sometimes it can. Sometimes I didn't even go ahead, Brandon.
Here's the thing, Mark. Circumstances can make you weak, and when I say mental weakness, if he's giving chemicals to offset that means they correcting a weakness or an imbalance in him. That's fine. That means that he's not stronger where he should be, so they use the meds to correct that. I understand that. But so when I use the term mental weakness, it is a weakness. And he may, and to put it in context, yeah, he can be great in one area, which could be his boxing career, and fail in other areas, which could be, I don't know, relationships or even business or even financial. So it just because you're successful in one area of life don't carry over to your whole life. I think life can be compartmentalized in certain areas.
Exactly. Brandon, you just made my thank you. So when you say he's arguing with somebody about his press conference on one day, and then he's pulling out a fight of mental illness, you said, which one is it? Maybe it's compartmentalized, or maybe it is all connected. Like, that's why he's lashing out, and there's so many things going on. I just know this. People are, it's people out there that are smarter than me and you both, that spend years and years and years and years of studying this. And believe it or not, some of them are very good. I know if you, I don't even know how to say this without sounding, how do I say it? I'll just say this without saying too much. I'll tell you this much. You get the right doctor in there, you can get off of murder, homie. You got the right doctor in there when you're on trial.
Which means
That's very true.
No, you listen to that's not what it means. That means they are skilled, they are trained, and they know how to articulate the facts. It ain't about how much money you got, Brandon. It's about how good your doctor is and how they can articulate and explain what's going on to a jury. It's not all about the money. Because I know, like I said, without saying too much, I know some people, bro, and they ain't rich folks, man. But the right doctor went in there and said the right thing. But I'll let you finish your call, though.
And I'm gonna get out. Here's the thing when it comes to science. We know that science can be influenced by donors. So if I pay you, I can skew your science, and I can pay you to write what I want you to write, even though you're a skilled scientist and a skilled doctor. So when it comes to certain mental health things, a lot of that stuff is up in the air and it's theory, and it's not proven, and we run with that stuff, which makes us have compassion, and our understanding is limited when it shouldn't be, when we should really call it what it is, which is a mental weakness, which is okay because weaknesses are there to be overcome. But
That's not. You can't. Okay, never mind. Go ahead, Brandon.
No, you have a right to say what you got to say, big dog. Go for it, bro.
It's just, I mean, you like mental illness, like this been like studying mental illness been around for like over 100 years. And so you can't really say that donors are giving and people are giving money to science just so they can make it into how can you say it, an excuse. That's how you kind of making it sound. There is literally people, I mean, like I said, I want you to go read studies on that. People take medication for mental illness to balance out the chemical imbalance in their head. The medication helps with that. It's not just people are mentally weak. There's professional athletes. Brandon Marshall, wide receiver used to be for Chicago. Ron Artest, bipolar as fuck. They made it to the highest level of their sport. That takes a lot of mental strength to do it. But they still have bipolar. They still have issues. So you just can't just make up and just say, well, it's not mentally strong. They're not mentally strong. Ron Artest's not mentally strong. Brandon Marshall's not mentally strong. Think about it.
He was failing that when Brandon Marshall was beating his girlfriend and getting all those assault cases. He was mentally weak for doing that. But whatever he did to help him become mentally strong to stop him from doing that, that's what happened. But outside of that, that's the weakness of his that I believe he saw, or that everybody else thought it was self-destructive in it, and he corrected that, which makes him strong. I'm pretty sure he's not running around acting like a demon, beating his wife to a bloody pulp these days.
Because he started taking his medication and being okay. I know what you're talking about. He wasn't on his medication.
Hey, Brandon, do you believe? So you believe any kind of personality disorder you're basically mentally weak, and you just need to get strong, right?
I don't. Here's the thing. When we talk specifically about this is what I'm talking about. I'm not well versed enough to say in and out. But what I would say, if we're talking about
say that again.
I think it's more behavioral more than it is mental. I think a lot of times behavior and we blame it on because we lose control of ourselves. We blame it on, oh, I was mentally weak. No,
the behavior, though, what causes your behaviors, though, Brandon? The behaviors don't change until the thinking change.
Okay.
Will you agree to that?
Behavior is based on the environment you in or the way you react to certain situations based on what you know at that particular time.
No. Say that again. You lost me. Do you believe the behavior can change without the mind state changing? Because I can put you in an environment that you don't supposed to get dope, but you will find a way to get dope. You'll get high for whatever. You seen people in prison, they'll make the hooch in the toilet. They'll be sniffing glue. They'll find any way to get high because the thinking doesn't change. They just still want to get high.
That's mental weakness.
So you don't believe addiction is real neither. You think it's just all mental weakness.
Of course I do. I watch addiction. I watch people around me deal with addiction. I've dealt with certain addiction. So why wouldn't I believe in addiction? That was mental weakness at the time.
Okay.
And the job is to correct that so I can become strong in that area where I don't have that addiction.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Brandon. I'm gonna try to get a couple more calls before I end this one up. Don't be a stranger, man. I'll see you on the next one tonight.
I see you tonight.
All right, Brandon. Good talking to you, man.
Take it easy, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Brandon Washington, man. Like I said, we don't always have to agree. That's what I like about the show the most. We damn sure don't agree all the time, but at least we can have a conversation. We can be respectful and keep it moving. Nah, y'all good. Shout out to Wally on 24. He said, y'all judge AB because of this shit talk. He's human and has Wally, call in. Phone number's out there. Wally on 24s. Call in, homie. Nah, it's not y'all. Put an address on it. Ask the person who said what they said. Like I said, I gave AB the benefit of the doubt, same as I gave Ryan, same as sometimes you can tell it's somebody's fighting those demons off in there. Like we was talking about the fight on Saturday with Lopez. I said, yeah, he was still getting them demons off, still shaking the cobwebs off, the ring rust. My boy Right Side called it playing with his food. I was like,
and also we gotta recognize that we don't know these dudes. Like we don't know nothing about them other than what we see in the ring.
Or what they show us on the internet, right?
Exactly. Because like in Ryan's case, I just found this out like maybe a couple of weeks ago that I forgot what podcast I was watching, but I guess he knows the Garcia family. He knows them for a little bit, but I guess that the reason like he didn't go like the Olympic route, like Devin, has his own reasons, but him in particular is that he was a decorated amateur, but he didn't go to the Olympics because they wanted to get out of where they stayed at, which was in Lancaster or Palmdale, I forget. So even where they were saying that they might be taking advantage of him and his popularity, his dad and his parents and shit. And that kid, so he has like a lot on his shoulders. You get what I'm saying? And like that, I never knew. I forgot what podcast I was watching. But yeah, I never knew that about him. And everybody watching Ryan's just amateurs. I never knew that.
Yeah, my bad, man. I had to step away for one quick second. Shout out to Andrew Charles. Shout out to Deuce. So yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Low key, I was a little disappointed at Brandon's take a little bit right there. Because that's my man 50 grand, but he damn sure sound like he got mental issues. And I know that because it take one to know one, goddamn.
Yeah, I think we all do. I was also going to mention, like, what about like in cases where like the person kind of changes, like in the cases of severe head trauma. Like I've heard sometimes if you have severe head trauma, it could change you as a person. Like I've heard like there's been dudes that like been in car accidents, and then after like they had a severe brain injury, they would go to drugs, or like their sense of like that part of you that kind of like will keep you away from like drugs and stuff like that is kind of inhibited a bit. I don't know. I've heard there's kind of links to that. I'm not sure. Maybe Big Dog Willie, since he's in the medical field, would probably know more about that.
To what? Oh, brain injuries and that changing your your personality and your moods and stuff like that. Yeah. Your brain injured. Your brain's injured. Yeah, yeah.
That part of your brain that makes you say no to drugs, I think, right, Piero?
Yeah, so inhibition, shit like that. Yeah, it's just kind of like, I guess you don't weigh the options as you would like if you didn't have it. I don't know. I read a little bit about it. I don't know too much.
I mean, it can also be like people like war veterans that come back and they have PTSD. It can cause like a lot of Vietnam vets came back and they started using a lot of drugs, and because they seen some shit, and that fucks up your brain too. And that's a mental illness. It's not just something. Oh, he wasn't strong enough. No, you see somebody get blown apart a number of times in a year in Vietnam, you're not gonna be all there. So that's not have to do with mentally strong. That's trauma, and that's a whole different type of mental illness. Yeah. It's like you said, Mark. It comes in so many different forms.
It's trauma, yeah. Like it's no different for somebody having postpartum, a Vietnam vet, somebody that daughter just got murdered in front of them, so she's mentally weak because she don't know how to cope with the loss. I don't know. I just think now. Granted, I remember seeing somebody when this came out before with Simone Biles, and people was like, "Oh, she's weak. She's mentally weak," as in, well, yeah, you need to get strong. You know, they tried to flip it a different way. I didn't accept it that way. I took it as, nah, you kind of being condescending and a little disrespectful and insensitive. But that's me personally. But like I said, I'm biased. I suffered from depression before. You know what I'm saying? And but that's me. So I do have a bias. But yeah, I got Wiley on 2-4. Go ahead, Wiley. Wiley on 2-4 going once. Wiley, you're not even muted. I can't hear you, Wiley. All right, we'll come back to him. Boxing Scholar, talk to me.
Man, I was so disappointed in Brandon. I was disappointed I was disappointed for several reasons, because me and him on that same pro-black tip, and white people tell us all the time, pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. That's the same as saying you're mentally weak. You know, if you just try harder, you would do it. Like, there would be no homeless people, like crazy people under a bridge if it was a matter of willpower. It's bigger than that. Like, we know more about the world today than we knew than our grandparents knew. And one thing that our grandparents did, and I've seen it, they would treat mental illness like that kind of thinking, like, oh, I need to whoop his ass some more, give him a couple more whoopings, I'll fix his mental illness. But now we can't think like that no more. It's like all we are our brains. And studies show, like Junior Seau is a prime example of that. He had CTE. He was depressed. He became very aggressive. Like, and then he donated his brain after he killed himself. Ryan Garcia talked about killing himself. Tyson Fury killing himself. These are fighters that are taking punches to the head. We got to be more sympathetic. As far as AB goes, I don't know if y'all remember this. AB made a post a long time ago saying he wanted to kill himself. Like, the writing's on the wall that something's not right with AB. Like, it, like the telling Jay-Z suck his, you know what, the trying to fight Mayweather, his idol, like the sex tape, like all this stuff was like a compilation of AB's mental illness. So I believe him 100% that he's not right. Like, even he said he was gonna quit boxing and go sell bricks. If you're gonna do that, why would you say that? Why would you say that to the world? You know, that's not right in the head. These are not right statements. So AB has been showing us mental illness. We just didn't. We was like, that's AB. You know, like we ignored it, like, nah, AB being AB. But nah, I 100% believe him. And like I said, I'm disappointed in Brandon, because Black people have trauma from slavery. You know, slavery happened, some years back. Jim Crow, all that stuff the residue is still here, because trauma is real. So I would expect him to be more understanding with the boxers who are taking punches to their head.
It's a study I saw. Okay, I ain't even gonna say the study, because I don't want to be that guy. But like, I read this study, I just don't remember where it's at. Just look it up. I heard. How about that? That some of the issues that Black folks have with their health, the high blood pressure and things like that, it's not just the diet. Some of that stuff is hereditary, passed down. Like, it's trauma passed down from generation to generation to generation. And it causes you to have higher stress levels, which causes you to have heart problems and high blood pressure and stress because of the stress, and it's passed down from you. It's trauma. Like they teach you at an early age, like how to be scared of police. Police, a lot of times we don't look at police like, hey, they're good people. They're going to come to help us. We look at them with a trauma. But I passed the mic though.
Yeah, by that logic, Brendan Washington, like that's mental weakness. But I believe, look at black people's fear of dogs, bro. Like a little chihuahua could come up and they'll just jump on the counters. They suck dogs on our ancestors. I mean, I believe it.
Damn, that's deep. That's deep. White folks will walk up to a lion. He's so cute, little Simba. Black folks, man, if you don't get this damn chihuahua away from me, he don't bite. He got teeth, don't he? So yeah. Some people say because AB is ignorant. Some people are saying AB is broke. He ain't got no mental health issues. But Krypton, if you're broke, you go in there and fight and make the bread, right? You don't not go in there and fight.
Call from.
I mean, I've had mental health issues, a little bit my whole life, and I've always been broke. So I don't know how. You can't be both.
Right.
I don't know.
Go ahead, go. We got D Nice on the phone. This is my guy D Nice. I met you from Mike on Sports Show, right?
Yes, sir.
My guy, talk to me, man.
What's going on, man? I just listened to the conversation, man, and everything that's being said, I would agree with about mental illness and people having trauma and traumatic experiences. But I'm going to single this to Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner is a mentally weak person. I don't believe he has a mental illness of no sort. And it all sounds like bullshit because you wait till a week of the fight to talk about you got mental illness. If you had mental illness, which I don't believe, I would have expected this weeks prior to this because it sounds like what he's been dealing with is some prior issues. But you wait till the week of the fight to pull out? I don't believe it. I don't believe he could make weight. I don't believe he was disciplined. I don't believe anything Adrien Broner say because what he's presented me from what I've seen and what he's shown is he's a liar and he's not to be trusted. He seems like a mentally weak person. Talking about I'm going to kill myself. Anybody who's ever killed themselves was mentally weak. Period. And to further that, they were cowards because they didn't take their loved ones into account when they did it. Now that's my feeling on it. And Nash had said something about addiction. I believe addiction is real, but addiction is not a disease. It's a mental weakness. You chose. Because I battled addiction, and when I was tired of being addicted, I stopped it.
But
I got high as long as I wanted to, and when I didn't want to get high any longer, I stopped. So I can't agree with people talking about it's a disease. You don't choose cancer.
No. But D Nice, alcoholism is not that's the
mental weak.
No. When you look at being a drunk is one that's mental weakness. But alcoholism, by definition, it's a
chemical dependency. Chemical dependency.
Yeah, it's a physical and emotional dependency on it. Your body, if you don't get that drink, your body will start going into shakes, homie.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the hospital, bro, I used to work at. They used to have these little tiny cans of beer. My mom would tell you all the time because my uncle, when he was in the hospital, they had to give him these little cans of. I didn't even know they had a beer at the damn hospital. But it's for people who are getting treated with alcoholism. You got to give them a little taste, because not they'll get to shaking, they'll die.
Yeah, we have meth for that now.
So you got to wean them off.
Aware of that.
So you can't just say, well, it's mental if you can die if you stop doing it because you've been doing it so long.
It. But my question is, how did you arrive there?
Like I said, PTSD will make you arrive there.
Some of that shit could be in your blood. Some of that shit could be in your blood. Your mama was a drunk. Your daddy was a drunk. It was a drunk egg and a drunk sperm. No different from a crack baby. Is a crack baby mentally weak when they're born with a dependency on crack? What's the excuse for a baby who's born as a crack baby?
And there's a mental illness called addictive personality.
I guess you could give it an excuse, but you're giving the outlier. You're giving the absolute worst case scenario. I'm talking about the average. And the average alcoholic chose to become an alcoholic. That was a choice. Okay. Now that they have alcoholism, yes, they suffer from physical symptoms and need a diagnosis and need treatment. Okay, that's after you made a fucked up choice.
D nice. So if you came back, I'm using PTSD because I deal with a lot of these type of patients. If you sat there and you came back from a war and you're at home and you're having bad dreams every fucking night and how your friend got killed over and over and over again. A lot of people use drugs, alcohol, maybe sex, maybe doing other things to try to counter of the other experiences that they had that was bad, that traumatized them.
Right.
That is called that your mental illness walks you into drinking or doing drugs.
I mean, those are just
that's not just a decision. You're trying to huh?
That was something that person chose to do. It wasn't like he had PTSD. He kept having these messed up dreams, and there was no other choice but to have a drink and then become addicted. No,
that's not
what
okay.
You chose to do. You willingly became addicted to the alcohol because you liked the feeling that you were receiving afterwards.
Hold up, sir. Maybe that feeling is I can just go to sleep now. I need a drink.
I can forget.
I can forget. I can cope with the pain.
And then maybe it's not. Maybe it's that feeling that I enjoy being drunk because this is what I want to do.
Okay. Well, how about this?
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
Do you believe sports psychology is a real thing, D Nice? Do you believe in sports psychology, or just when you're talking to someone like raising a kid? If I keep telling a kid his whole life you ain't gonna be shit, you ain't gonna never be shit, the kid probably won't be shit. If I tell the kid all the time growing up, you can be whatever you want to be, nothing gonna stop you. Do you think those kids are gonna be growing up differently and gonna have a different out view of their self and the world by the age of 13? What do you think of that? Yes?
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, so
I would agree that they more than likely would come out differently.
All right, so by that same outlier, let's say Adrien Broner. I got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I got these little things right here I'm looking at. It's a bullet points. It's about boxing psychology, right? But you can use, especially for boxing, if Adrien Broner is lacking in any of these things right here, he's probably going to go in there and lose. Controlled aggression, motivation, emotional control, visualization, seeing himself doing it, anxiety control, coping, preparation, self-belief, awareness, concentration, self-efficacy. My brother, if you slacking in any of those departments, you shouldn't be in a boxing ring. Can you agree with that?
Okay. I mean, I for argument's sake, yeah, I'll agree with it. Like, but you left out one important thing that's probably more important than all of those things.
Selling tickets and making weight.
No, that's skill set. Oh. Your skill set isn't good enough to beat your opponent. That's where you should start at, because I did not have Broner beating Figueroa. He does not throw his hand. He's been a shell of himself since the Maidana fight. So I had no reason to believe that he was going to win, and a loss would have ended his career.
Okay, so
a loss, it would have been over with.
All right, pulling out of this fight.
So now,
is it over for him?
Pulling out this fight, he get a reprieve. Mental health, mental illness. I'm fucked up, y'all. Bear with me. Let me get myself together. Now he can come back. He still got another opportunity. Because if he loses the Figueroa, you can wrap it up. You're going to be fighting in Cincinnati on undercard.
D-Nice, when it comes to AB, you have a point. Because you have a point. But I'm just saying, with everything else, in terms of like other people and other situations, you can't just blame it on I'm mentally not strong or something like what you're saying. But with AB, never. I mean, you never know. I give him a pass too, but you never know with AB.
I'm just proceeding. I'm going off of what AB has presented.
So this is.
I heard one of the guys say that we don't know these people. I said, and you are exactly right. But I know what they presented me, and based on what he's presented me, I don't believe it.
This is the catch-22 with boxing fans. So if AB would have never said anything and went into this fight and got his ass whooped, and afterwards he said I was going through some mental stuff, y'all would have said the same thing. Oh, he's just making excuses. Yeah. That's the same thing they did with Tio. It's a lose-lose situation. He's not supposed to go in there and take. If the main obstacle in boxing is to throw punches at your opponent's head, the brain is going to take damage in the fight. If your brain is not 100%, you should not be in the ring. People have died in the ring. There's been deaths this year in the ring.
Yeah.
He did the right thing.
Yeah. I mean,
facts.
He did the right thing. If that's what he chose to do, if he wasn't sure for whatever reason about getting in that ring, yeah, he did the right thing for pulling out. I'm saying I don't believe it was because of mental health issues. That's what I don't believe. I don't believe any of that shit that he's saying out of his mouth. I don't believe he was ready for the fight physically. That's my belief. Because he presented me an undisciplined fighter throughout the year. He's presented me with a guy who will say anything at any time. He's presented me a guy who has zero self-control over his emotions.
Also a 4-time champion.
No reason.
You got to add that to his name. 4-time champion.
I don't believe his mental illness excuse. I didn't believe Ryan Garcia's mental illness excuse. And when Adrien Broner would have lost, no excuse would have mattered to me because I didn't think he was going to win to begin with, based on his skill set. That's where I'm at with it. I don't believe it.
So we gotta see guys. I don't know if you can see the screen, D Nice, but I got a picture of McCall on the screen when he walked out that last lane. Crying, broke down, crying in the ring, saying, "I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight no more."
McCall was probably, and he probably had genuine mental illness.
But I'm pretty sure
But listen, my brother, that it takes us to see him break down and crumble in the ring, like McCall for us to, or remember, look, Danny Garcia won his fight and still broke down in the ring crying. I don't know if y'all saw Tio after Tio did his little backflip. He banged his gloves together, and you could see he was about to break down crying. He knocked that man out. Still was breaking down because he was like, it feels good to be back, emotion. But you know, these guys are taking punches to the head, D Nice.
I hear you, man. I mean, it's all about choice, though. It's all about choice. I can't sympathize with you taking punches to your head voluntarily. No, you don't get that. You don't get that sympathy from me. You chose to do that for millions of dollars, may I add.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think.
So cry me a rip.
Damn. Okay. Go ahead, and then KC5 jump in. KC.
And I agree. Like, because I agree. I know that some people have mental illness. I just don't believe Adrien Broner is one.
That's what it is. It's Adrien Broner.
I dig what he's saying. I dig what he's saying, Mark. I dig what the caller's saying because I'm kind of both ways with AB because he's very untrustworthy. He kind of goes up and down all the time. So it's kind of hard to diagnose whether you can believe this guy or not. Because sometimes he looked like he just partying and losing his mind. And then you don't know when he's being serious. But I think AB really suffers from a lot of trauma from childhood. And we seeing it all culminate at the end of his career now. He made it and he won those titles in spite of that. But if you really look at his relationship with his father, when his father would come around, it didn't really seem like it was a father that had authority over his son. It just seemed like they was friends. And we see that a lot in today's society with people trying to be their kids' friend instead of being the authority figure over their child. I don't get that semblance from their relationship. And I think AB missed that. And that's a level of discipline he was getting from Kevin Cunningham. But then when he went back to Stafford, that shows that he didn't have the same level of discipline. Because there's no way if he was with Cunningham, he would be out of shape.
All right, go ahead. Pass it around. That was KP, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, that was me. Go ahead.
That was me. Boston Scholar, Big Dog.
If I bet you if McCall was in camp and he would have told his handlers, man, I'm having mental issues, they would have said, man, you mentally weak. You're going to get in here. You're going to make this fight happen because that's what champions do. It's bigger than willpower. And somebody made a comment earlier about addiction. You know, it's a choice. Everybody has their vice. Just because you beat that addiction don't mean you might be addicted to pussy. I mean, whatever. Everybody has their vice. Food.
Church.
Food.
I know some people addicted to scratch offs, homie.
My father, yep.
They can't stay out that damn
gambling. There's a whole bunch of
the pick three. Mm-hmm.
Right, that ain't even no damn money like that. The damn pick three.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend $2,000 to win $250.
So everybody has their vice, you know. Just some affect people's life negatively, and I think it's really funny because there's only one healthcare provider on the page that can really diagnose people. So, but if you listen to,
I can't diagnose people. I just want to say, like, I don't diagnose. I know about it, but I don't diagnose.
You treat them right. Diagnose was the wrong word.
So whatever field you work in, Big Dog Willie is better than what we know. So I would defer. I would always defer to you on something like that.
I think just the cavalierness of people saying, "Oh, it's just mental weakness," that really offends me because I have mental health issues, and that I just don't. Every time somebody say that, I'm just like you don't know shit, and not to say in a like towards like Brander and like that, like he don't know nothing, but you're not doing the research to speak on this. And I really, what you say?
Do you think that as Black men that we minimize mental illness so much for so long, living under this society that we've lived under, that whenever we see it in somebody else, we kind of just say, "Hey, he's just crazy" or something like that, without seeing that person needs help?
Well, I mean, as I think a person who's, yeah, of course, because we're not even supposed to cry. You know?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Like, people, I mean, this person, when my dad passed away, this person that I knew, I'm not going to say, he said, "Don't cry, be tough." Like, what you talking about? You know?
Wow.
No, but that's how, it was an older Black man. He said that to me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, dude, my dad passed away. He's not here. I won't ever see him again. I was just supposed to be like, "Oh, I'm good." And that comes from slavery. And that just, we always have to be tougher than the next person to prove our worth or something like that, and prove it to each other. We can't be weak.
Yeah, people that don't cry are normally serial killers. But you know what's funny? They'll say stuff like, "Man, I don't trust AB. He have his ups and downs. He's partying." They'll say all the signs of mental illness, and they'll be like, "I don't believe him. I don't trust AB. He make a post about killing himself, but I don't believe him."
Don't believe him till they do it.
That's what
I think y'all. Yeah, I think y'all all are right. It's just that people just don't want to trust AB.
That's what it is. That's why I think it's funny, because AB.
Yeah, it's AB. But AB have been showing us for a long time that he suffered from mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is the problem is this though.
KP, what if it's what
Mark
said? Do you believe what D-Nice said? It ain't him suffering from mental illness. He's arrogant. He got his ass kicked because his skill set was there. He didn't prep hard enough. Got his ass kicked. So that what we call mental illness is it's just a narcissistic person who's embarrassed because he got Mikey Garcia.
Well, Mark, think about this. Everybody that's on the panel, every time you see one of these athletes, especially an African American male, that becomes prominent in his sport, he has to then take on the whole mantle of his whole damn family, bring them up, raise them out of whatever poverty level they was in, and then give them a good life. And he's supposed to be the one to lead the way, like a savior or some kind of figure. And then that amount of pressure is put on this person. He loses the best fight of his career. Then after he loses that fight, he's never the same.
Which best fight? Shit, he lost all his.
The Madonna fight, the first one that he lost, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine that mentally on his head? Because it didn't look like his father or mother had any plans for him. He just was fighting, and then he became successful at it. It doesn't look like a structure like Sean Porter came out of. You know what I'm saying? Or Shane Mosley. It doesn't look the same. It looks like once he got some money, everybody in the family is like, "AV, where the money at? Where the money at? You got any money?" That's what that looks like to me.
You don't think Mike Stanley was like a father figure to him?
He can't do nothing after AV get the check in the locker room.
Fair enough.
Good point. I can't argue with that.
I think that's what we seeing, bro. He had the whole weight of the whole family on him.
Figure to an employee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you remember, he started to be out of shape a lot. And you start to see him do a lot of stuff that you didn't see him do when he was with Kevin Cunningham for those couple of fights. Then he went right back to his comfort zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Papa Chubby said, Mark, have y'all? Hey, look, real quick. Let me share this screen. This ain't funny, but it's kind of funny. I mean, I got to do it, right? It wouldn't be breaking beats playing crack or jokey joke. Not clowning on his mental health, but look at this post right here. Can y'all? Let me see. Can y'all see this? Let me see. Okay. He said, I just noticed something strange. He said, I just noticed something very strange. I don't know if it's because I can't have sex. Somebody got a lot of background noise. That mic is rubbing against something. I just noticed something very strange. I don't know if it's because of sex. I can't have sex. But in all movie sex scenes, the guy never pulled out. This was 2 days ago. And then he says, this shit's so damn funny, fam. Laugh out loud. I can't wait until my first movie. He said they ain't gonna have to coach me on shit in my first sex scene because I don't pull out for free. I'll be damned if I pull out and they not paying me to pull out. Late night jokes, AB, work or die. August the 20th. He's not working. But just to play on words about pulling out, and then he pulled out a fight. He said he kept putting this hashtag work or die in a lot of his posts. What does this say? What does this say right here? Work or die right here for this one too. All smoke. 2 days ago, telling people to get their tickets. 2 days ago. Work or die. This right here was about him and his exes 1 day ago. And he posted the Irv Gotti shit. He's talking about sex, talking about the Irv Gotti shit with Ashanti. We covered that as well. But then we get to this post. Do you guys think he should have apologized to Omar Figueroa? I'm gonna pull out Omar Figueroa's response because we didn't get to that. Shout out to Papa Chubby. Chubby said, damn, did y'all get to it? We didn't get to that part yet. But I'll put it right here on the screen and we can definitely discuss it. And then I'll open it back up to the panel. Let me just read Omar Figueroa's post. Omar Figueroa posted, he said, as we all know, my fight against that motherfucker Broner is off. Now, I don't mind because this is something we expected. So we had plans in motion to mitigate most of the aftermath. Stop right there. That means the fight might not be off. Omar Figueroa is going to have a replacement. Still haven't heard anything from Showtime yet. So we'll talk about it. Did he tell Showtime or did Showtime find out like we found out on Instagram? Let's continue. What really pisses me off, he said passes me off, but he meant pisses me off. He said pissing me off is that now this motherfucker wants to use hashtag mental health as a motherfucking excuse. That I have a problem with. Like to play on words. Problem, Adrien Broner. Okay. That I have a problem with because that's bullshit. You don't get to cry mental health now. Motherfucker, he said that's what he says. MF. That MF does not mean many friends. My friend. My friend. That's motherfucker. Okay. He said you don't get to cry mental health now, motherfucker. Not saying you don't suffer from mental health issues, as we all can tell, you do. Just don't use it as an excuse now after you've been undisciplined. And not trying, he said, now that you've been undisciplined and not taking this fight training camp seriously. So he thinks Adrien Broner's been undisciplined, not taking it seriously. He said, if it really is mental health, please show us proof that you went and sought professional help, which is not hard to do, but also he can go to the doctor today and get a doctor's note. But that's his doctor might not want everybody's name out there. He might not want everybody to know what doctor he's going to. And he doesn't have to do that. He said, but please show us proof you went and sought professional help. He said, you love to post all your shit on social media. Why not let us in on your mental health recovery? You don't get to undermine mine, as in undermine my mental health, and countless others' journeys and struggles with mental health because of your undisciplined, childish, dumb ass. Hashtag fuck you, Broner.
Just when you thought, he said, just when I thought you couldn't stoop any lower. Okay, so that's Omar Figueroa's response to Adrien Broner. Let's go back to the panel. Shout out to Poppy Chubba for reminding me to do that. Thank you. Anybody want to respond to that? Omar Figueroa.
So are they good friends?
If so, I think they stopped being friends today. If they were,
Cause that's a lot to say when you have a fight. Well, you signed to fight somebody that you expected was going to do this. So why say all this if you knew this was going to happen and you had a backup plan? Why say all this?
Ooh, Puro, man, I need to let me plug in.
Wait, hold on, Puro. Hold on, Mark.
On that.
Hey guys, this is the second time that they were supposed to fight. This ain't the first.
Oh.
They were scheduled to fight a couple years ago. This is the second time they were scheduled to fight.
Okay, so okay, all right.
Look, also,
so he's mad over 4 years ago.
Not even. Puro, look, in this press conference though, AB was complaining about, man, I've been at training camp for like 4 or 6 months. He was like, this fight supposed to been happen. Like, remember he was like, but then I remember Adrien, what's his name, Brandon Washington called in and said, AB ain't been training that long because we just saw him drunk with his pants falling down at his fence versus guys. But they was supposed to fight in months. I don't know about 4 years ago, but I definitely know earlier this year they were supposed to fight.
Hey, so I kind of, you know what? Think about what Figueroa said. He's kind of making a good point, though. I mean, it's AB. He's kind of making a good point, and that's the only thing I can say is AB, because I can see him doing that.
And that's a big payday for Figueroa. So to answer Puro question, like, why would you have somebody set up if you think this was gonna happen? Like, why would you sign a fight with a guy you think might pull out? Like Big Dog Willie said, it's still AB. Many people think he was gonna beat AB because of what you've seen in the past. That AB not let his hands go, but this is a big money fight for Omar Figueroa. This is a big name for him too. Big fight, big name, and it's a winnable fight. He could have pulled this off, right?
But let me address that though real quick, Mark. Like, I don't know why a lot of people are hold or ever held Omar Figueroa. I think it's his older brother of the other Figueroa. Brandon. Brandon. I never thought he was going to beat AB, even if he doesn't let his hands go. I never rated Omar that high. Me personally. I mean, I'm gonna say it's not impossible, but like, I thought Adrien was going to pull this one off. But I also saw what this fight is for what it was. It was a payday for both these fighters, a possibly entertaining fight that really, in my personal opinion, wasn't going to go anywhere.
Okay.
Like for the winner.
Yeah, the winner won't. Yeah, the winner wasn't.
It's a payday.
Yeah, it's a payday.
Exactly.
But it's an exciting. It had the potential to be an exciting fight. You got one guy who throws a lot of punches, but don't have the best defense. The other guy is a pop shotter and don't let his hands go. This could have been somebody could have got stopped, or this could have been a very boring fight where Adrien just with his superior foot movement just running and holding all night and humping. You know he like to hump.
That could happen as well.
Yeah, I don't think he got that run in him no more, Mark. That run is gone, man. He's done with that run. I think AB was supposed to fight Figueroa, if I remember correct, after Figueroa and Molina fought. I think. It's just been a while ago that they were supposed to fight because they had a little pressure for it. It was a while ago. It was before COVID. And then after that, AB got the Pacquiao fight and all that type of stuff went down. So, but then Figueroa ended up fighting Ugas and getting killed. So, but yeah, I wouldn't trust AB, man. AB's like just think about it. Everybody on the panel, if y'all hire a guy like AB, you wondering if he gonna make it to work on time. Shit.
I hear that.
Making it work, period. That's what it But yeah,
I think these fighters should be really careful. They're going to end up with T.O. syndrome. Remember, T.O. was talking shit about Wilder, and then when he lost, he went on his spiritual journey also. Yeah, they should be really careful, man. They could easily be Chris Colbert. They could easily be that person that they're criticizing tomorrow because they're taking punches to the head. All it takes is one punch, and fighters are averaging in that weight class 100 punches around. So they should be really careful about being so harsh because when it comes time for them to get judged, we're gonna be equally as harsh on them as they was on the other person. So they gotta be careful when they say stuff like he lying and stuff like that.
Well, he's upset. Maybe that'll calm down. He's upset. Maybe that'll calm down in a couple of days, and if he ever talks to AB or something like that. But I mean, I'd be hot too a week before the fight, and then my payday's just gone. So maybe just
if you
upset.
look at it, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And it is AB. AB has a issue not working out, messing around. So I mean, I'm on both sides of this. I do believe he has mental health issues, but I can also see AB not working out and clowning around though too.
Mm-hmm. You know what happened too? I remember doing that Brian Custer interview. Was that was AB, right? And they doing the Brian Custer one-on-one, they was like, yo, we heard you kicked everybody out your training camp. Was that the AB fight? Or who's Brian Custer talking to? And he said, I want to say it was AB. I'll go back and watch it. If I'm wrong, I apologize in advance. But said I believe he said, yo, you kicked everybody out your training camp. What was that about? He was like, nah, I just don't need all those distractions. I don't need all those people around. He was like, well, some people say it was about you, your training regimen, you're not making weight. He said, nah, I just don't need all those people around, or something like that.
I think that was the press conference he walked out on, right? I think that was before the Custer interview.
No. Because that press conference he walked out on, he didn't say shit. He just complained about it being there. He just complained, and when he came back, it wasn't nobody there but Mike Stafford doing it by himself. Later on that week, he sat down with a one-on-one with Brian Custer, and I believe that's when it came up.
Okay.
But yeah. But I pass around. Anybody got anything else on this? Because like I said, I'm gonna be back with another episode on this. We'll be back tonight on our flagship show, and we can talk about boxing and mental health or mental health awareness. Because I'm sure as the day progresses, many people are going to be talking about this topic, and I'm sure after some people hear their favorite YouTube daddy give his take on it, some people's opinion gonna change. It's like they got to hear their daddy say it first. Like, okay, that's what I got to stay on code.
I feel like AB is so unpredictable that he wouldn't have to come up with an excuse to get out of this fight. I think he could have just said, "Fuck it, I don't want to fight," and it would have been what it was.
It would have been the same backlash. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, hey man, I ain't catching the flight right now, man. I got some hope. I ain't coming.
I got some bricks to sell.
Or he could have just retired and got himself some help.
Or start rapping like he said he was gonna do before.
He said he was gonna sell bricks before. I thought he said I'm gonna start.
Yeah, he did. He said he gonna sell bricks. He was a rapper. Panda. Remember that? Yeah.
So is this over for AB? Do y'all think? I definitely agree with you, Patricia. But Patricia, I'm gonna put a time. I gotta go back and timestamp this. My audio was wrong when I first started the show off. I had to restart the computer. Piero was trying to help me co-host, but he couldn't hear himself neither. So I'm gonna put a timestamp. I don't want to edit out that spot because if I edit out, we'll lose the live chat. And I definitely want you guys to enjoy the live chat playback. So I'll timestamp it from when the video actually starts. But I think the video starts like after the 5-minute counter. I think they couldn't even hear me for like the first 10 minutes. But Patricia, I agree with you, but trust me, when you check this playback, everybody don't agree. And I want to keep the video within a certain time frame because I want people to enjoy the playback. When it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, people like, damn, that shit is just intimidating to look at. You be like, 6 hours? I'm never gonna get through this show. I'll click the like button, I'll catch them on the next one. So I definitely want people to enjoy the playback on this one. And like I said, we'll be back tonight about 10:30. Show.
All right, man. Peace, Mark.
Peace, let everybody get their final thoughts real quick.
Salute.
Final thoughts on anything we talked about, Big Dog Willie, Boxing Scholar, KP, and Piero. Final thoughts.
Okay. I mean, it's AB, and like I said, we'll find out more if we find out more, and I mean, all I can say, I'm gonna keep on saying, is AB. So who knows?
All right, shout out to Big Dog Willie. I'll see you tonight, Big Dog Willie. Pull up if you can, bro.
All right.
All right, God bless. Thank you so much. Anybody want to take the lead next? KP, Boxing Scholar, Piero?
I go. Like he said before me, man. It's hard to not just say it's AB because it just fits him so perfect, man. But like I said before, I think the guy is suffering from a lot of trauma from a childhood, and he has a certain amount of pressure in his family that's placed upon him that I believe is possibly unfair because he's the one that succeeded. So they're all looking at him to continue to be the he it's like he's been made to be the patriarch, which his father is not. So it's very weird, man. It's very weird, but that's my thoughts on it.
Okay. All right, shout out to KP, man. Try to pull up tonight, man. 10 o'clock. Pull up, all right?
Salute.
Salute, my Jew. All right, Boston Scholar Puro. Before we do that, I want y'all to respond to this too. This is my guy, Ryder the Storm. He's a member of the neighborhood. Let me give him a drop for the donation. Let me give
I got 5 on it.
He said, salute, Mr. Marq Nash. He said, and the panel. He said, I believe someone in the PBC pulled AB from the fight after all his shenanigans. Shelf him. Oh, man, let me give him a drop, man. Put him in the dirt. Undertaker. Oh, shit. Okay, put a case on it. What you guys think of what the brother Ryder the Storm said? I disagree. I think AB's been so vocal whenever things don't go his way. If somebody shelved him, he definitely would have went out there and said, fuck these niggas, they out here, they shelving me, blah, 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 because I called him out about that weak-ass press conference. I seen him say, fuck Bernstein. I just seen him say, I just beat the shit out of a Mexican on Mexican, was it Cinco de Mayo or Mexican Independence Weekend? I've seen him not bite his tongue. I don't think he will go out there and say mental health if somebody shelved him. I mean, I saw him soon beside Leonard. He said, y'all niggas don't fuck with me, fuck y'all. Seen him go at floor. I seen him just speak whatever he feels. I don't think he would bite his tongue if somebody from the PBC shelved him. I think he would have really went off. Because he needs to check, right? You got to fight to get paid. But that's my take. Puro, Boston Scholar, what y'all think of Ryder the Storm? Comment before y'all do your fight.
I mean, does Ellard have that type of pull? I think so.
Does who?
Leonard.
To stop him?
To shelf him to take away his paycheck.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they do that, why would he go out there and defend him and make himself look even worse with the mental health thing? I think he went out there and talked some shit like he did. Like, oh, these motherfuckers, man, I said some real shit, and these motherfuckers gonna cancel the fight. They pulling my fight, and he can sue them for that, right? You got a contract. Mm-hmm. You just pulled me from a fight, just because you don't like what I said in the press conference. I think he might have a lawsuit, might have a case.
Well, it's still early in the week, so he could still do that. But I mean, it could be I don't know, without knowing for sure.
Yeah, AB is the type of person that reacts and then thinks about it later. Like even when he spoke out about them doing the press conference that he walked out of, he didn't want it in that fashion. Remember, he came out, he talked shit on Twitter, then he came out and gave like a half-ass hearted apology, but he still stood where he stood. So yeah, we would definitely just if there was a conspiracy, AB would let us know. He'll let us know, just like Mark said. Oh, bitch ass niggas trying to shelve me. They trying to shelve me, y'all. Al Heyman, all of them.
That nigga couldn't hold the water, bro. He couldn't hold the water in a bucket from the sink to the toilet, bro. He couldn't hold the water, bro. He would spill it all. He would tell us, in my opinion, and that's just going off his history. But that's just me. Ryder the Storm said, I think he was forced to. They forced him to quit. I mean, to pull out, and he said they cut his allowance if he didn't. I don't know, Ryder the Storm.
The courts couldn't even force AB to pay child support. They threatened to take him to jail. So what that tell you about AB's personality?
I just think he needs to he needs to fight to get paid. He needs to fight to get paid. He gotta fight, man. This way, he's a full-time boxer, bro. Nobody's buying Adrien Broner new single, homie. Nobody's buying the Adrien Broner merch. I'm sorry. Nobody's buying the Adrien Broner beard kit. They ain't buying the hairbrushes. They barely buying the fights. This shit was on regular Showtime. From pay-per-view down to regular Showtime. I'm just saying, I just don't see him making so much money out of boxing where he can just say, nah, fuck fighting right now. I don't see it.
I mean, that's his only recourse. And then, like, in my opinion, he shouldn't be fighting.
He should not?
Not at this particular time. Like, you could just tell, like, before the fight, just in the last 5 years, he's just, he needs help. Like, he shouldn't be in the ring.
Like, even his last
I love
performance.
Adrien Broner, man. I think he's a great skilled boxer, but right now his head ain't there.
Go ahead, Scholar. What you about to say?
Even his last performance, he didn't look that good. Like, I agree. Like, something's lacking. And AB has been crying out for years. Like, even with the whole Floyd stuff. Remember, he just said, "Floyd, I need you." And then at another interview, he said he wanted to fight Floyd. I mean, he just sporadic, and that's a sign of mental health. He really does need help, and I hope AB pulls out. You know, everybody's really harsh on AB because most boxing fans are mad because a fighter didn't live up to their expectations, or fought who they wanted to fight when they wanted to fight them. That's how fans get their feelings hurt. So they'll be down on the guy. Oh, Canelo's not this because he didn't fight this guy when I wanted him to fight. And it's the same thing with AB. They feel like AB was in championship fights. He didn't let his hands go and he didn't seize the opportunity. But it's AB's life. AB's still a 4-time champion. I mean, how if he made it to the height of a champion, how could he be weak? Like, I don't get how people are calling that man weak. Like, what have you accomplished? Have you reached the pinnacle at your job? To call a champion weak, I mean, it blows my mind. I think we're a little harsh on AB. I think
mean, people can't debate boxing properly. I mean, what are they? Who are they to say?
Exactly. I think that AB is being judged really harsh right now. And I get it because, like I said, he's hurt a lot of feelings and let a lot of people down because they felt like he was the next Floyd. But that's not his problem. If he's having mental health issues, don't wait till he blows his brains out and they'd be like, "Oh, damn, he wasn't lying," because then it's too late.
Okay. Well, shit. Final thoughts. Anything? Because I'm about to get out here and ride this bike, man. Too. Probably get on the treadmill, or either I'm gonna go out here and ride this bike real quick, get a little exercise in, kick it with the fam. And I got some videos I got to drop on the Patreon that I already recorded. So yeah, man, look for some more content dropping from me. If you're a member, if you are in the friends and family and above, I got some new content already for y'all. I dropped last night. And I'm gonna do a members only live post game after the show tonight. I might do a pregame. I might do a members only pregame, then turn it from members only regular to the live, and then switch it back afterwards. So still trying to figure out how we're gonna do these, but I'm definitely trying to give you guys the content. Definitely trying to give you the content. You feel me, Piro?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. How was your trip to Mexico, bro?
It was excellent until the end. You know, everybody got caught COVID. Right now, I'm not at work because I got a quarantine for the next 5 days. So.
Oh yeah, you went out there to Mexico and caught the COVID?
Yeah, man.
What the hell was you out there doing? You was drinking out the bottle?
Well, the wife caught it first, and I think then the wife gave it to my daughter. My daughter probably gave it to me, and then my daughter gave it to my sister. I don't know. It was 5 of us that went. One of my sisters got it. One of my sisters did it. The rest of the family got it.
Wow. Damn.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. You sound all right though. You.
Yeah, no, I feel great. I felt a little shitty, probably Friday to Saturday, but I feel good, man. I'm just here in the garage.
Did you have the jab? Did you get jabbed?
Oh yeah, I got everything that you get up to this point.
So you got the jab and your boosters and everything.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got the jab and a booster, and that's it.
And you sound like you fine. You sound like you in there smoking.
I was like on my 10th cigarette and shit.
Oh, that nigga there smoking squares and everything. My lungs fine in this bitch. All right. Well, salute to you, bro. I'm gonna
salute to you, Mark. I was gonna tell you one more thing before we go away. At the end of the day, AB still where he was before, and I think Figueroa is actually gonna get a relevant fighter to fight now, because I think he's fighting Lipinets
on Saturday. Hey, look, I'm gonna still watch that. It's on Showtime, man. I want to fight this weekend. Hey, look, Showtime lost
No, the fights this weekend, Mark. The fight.
So what now?
The fights this weekend. AJ and Usyk.
Oh, that's this weekend. And Clarissa Shields fighting this weekend too?
Oh, what? Shit, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
I thought she was fighting the same weekend. Hold on, I gotta check. Hold on. I got my fights right here. Let me pull them up. Boxing schedule. We're in August.
I put my money down already on AJ.
How you got him winning?
Let me see. Let me pull up my little betting sheet. I put 2 bets. I put I think $25 a knockout in round 10 at 33 plus 3,300. But then the real bet I got is AJ by knockout at plus 340 at $100.
Oh, okay. Shit, I ain't mad at you. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, we're gonna talk about it on more as we get closer to it. Okay, I was wrong. Clarissa Shields is, that's shit. That's September, man. I'm wrong. I'm off like a motherfucker. So that's September the 10th. All right, so yeah, we got Usyk AJ this weekend. We definitely gonna be talking about that throughout this weekend. And we're gonna have that fight party going on Saturday behind the scenes. If you're a member, you can watch the fight with me free of charge. All right. Well, that's it, man. I'll see y'all in a couple hours. In a couple hours, we'll be back with another good show. All right. Thank you so much.
Salute to the homie Mark. Peace.
No, salute to you, bro. God bless. All right, man. It's been another great episode of Breaking Beats where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology. Hey, Queen P. How you doing, gorgeous? Good to see you, your avatar. I was about to say good to see your face, but you know what I meant. Good to see your name in the chat. He caught COVID, Queen P. He went out there and caught the COVID. Let me see what's up. Let me see. Boom. But Ride of the Storm, again, thanks for donating to the show, keeping the lights on. Let me do this real quick. Shout out to all the people that supporting the show. Drinks require your sleep, ghosts require your effort. It's your man Marq Nash, another great episode of Breaking Beats. Shout out to all the members that keep the show going. Again, if you are in tier 2 and higher, we got some new content for you. I got a new video I'm dropping for the architects. It's about how I make these banners. So if you ever want to know, like, hey man, how do you do these banners right here? Like when you see these overlays and when I put these banners up, how do I make these? Yeah, so I did a video for that. That's in architects and the Patreons and architects get that video. The other level, we got videos dropped for you guys last night, and we got some new surveys in the chat. And also for the tier 3, we're gonna continue to do the members only post game show immediately following each episode. So I will see you guys tonight, 10 o'clock. I will be on time tonight. All right, so 10 o'clock. Let's get into it. We'll pick it up where we left off. It's your man Marq Nash. Another great episode of Breaking Beats where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly because life is serious enough. Life has got very serious for Adrien Broner. I wish him nothing but health, wealth, and prosperity. I already said, like I said before, I'm not going to jump out there and just say the guy's faking. But if you feel that way, I'm here and we're going to have a conversation. We can talk about it, all right? So with that said, let's get back to the bread. It's your man Marq Nash, Breaking Beats. Drinks require your sleep, ghosts require your effort. Go get that hoodie at marqnash.com, marqnash.com, marqnash.com. Respect is free, man. Disrespect gonna cost you everything. Look, we don't always have to agree. We don't always have to see eye to eye. We're gonna argue sometimes. Sometimes we're gonna disagree when we're talking about topics, especially as sensitive as mental health. I get it. I understand it. I totally understand it. But I need you guys to understand one thing too.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Drive, motherfucker.
This that squad sound.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him.
So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, God made it possible, Dr. Mark, and so did dope ass individuals like my guy D Bevel the Champ. Salute to you, D Bevel the Champ. Thanks for supporting with the Patreon, homie, in a major way. I'll see y'all on the next one.